Imane Khelif's shocking medical report, does it reveal she's a man or she's
male? Even the way you're framing it is ridiculous. Oh,
yep.
Yes, everyone knows in 2025 there's male women and female women. Like, this is a man, this is a male. We all knew it because the year before, the IBA disqualified him because they did chromosome testing. Now, interestingly, what happened was the IOC then took away the IBA's right to host, because usually how it works is the IOC doesn't actually host each of the events. They pick like the global governing body. So like to run the gymnastics, they'll have like the World Gymnastics Association. They just give authority to one, and they gave authority to the IBA to run the boxing. The boxing said, no, this is a man. And then the IOC took their authority away and said, we'll run the boxing this year. So they allowed this man to compete. You know, this isn't a secret. Nothing that came out on the weekend is new. But what came out is it got picked up by mainstream media. So it says a blood test leaked by Olympic press committee member Alan Abrahamson confirms that Algerian boxer Imane Khelif is male. So this test was actually done in 2023. We all knew the test was out there, but we didn't see it. So as you can see down here, interpretation. Chromosome analysis reveals male karyotype. No numerical or structural anomalies. It's just a male. It's XY. Now, some people might be asking, how could this have happened? They kind of wanted to make a trans thing, and Khelif isn't even trans per se. He's not saying he was male and identified as a woman. He is just saying he's a woman. I don't know if you know of heard of an athlete named Caster Semenya. There was a runner from South Africa who won the gold medal in the women's 800. Very masculine looking woman. And it turns out later that he has what is a DSD, or is intersex, which is a condition known as 5-ARD. 5-ARD is a condition that only occurs in men. It is essentially a birth defect in your genitals. If you actually look at a baby born with 5-ARD, they will look like a baby's vagina. And especially since Khelif was born in a rural Algerian village that probably had just some uneducated midwife, he was declared a woman or a girl, and then would have been raised that way. And that's all fine. Like, you can understand the mistake. So just a little bit of if you can see here on the top left, if I can zoom in, that is what someone with 5-ARD actually looks like. You can see it looks very similar. And this far left, the stage 1, stage 2, if he's anywhere in the top 3 on the left, you could see how he could be considered a female because of his genitalia, but he is a male. He has testicles. They are inside of his body. They're not able to be seen. And once he hit puberty, that would have become clear to him, because he would have virilized just like any other male. His voice would have deepened. He would have gotten muscular. He would have had facial hair. And you're thinking, in Algeria, it's probably not, you can't just say, oh, by the way, this girl's now a boy. So they probably just went with it. But make no mistake, Khelif knows that he is a male. Can understand why the first mistake happened. But it probably isn't a coincidence that he then went into female boxing, because someone probably said, oh, shit, they think you're a woman. Just go into boxing. You'll have all the advantages of a man, just beating out a woman. And then he took that all the way to Olympic glory or shame. It's just a grown male. Caster Semenya, the South African athlete who won the gold in the women's 800 meters, has gone on to father children. They have taken, he can't have sex, obviously, but they take the sperm out of his body because his testicles are working. They took the sperm out of his body and impregnated his wife, because he has a wife, of course. He's the father of children. Women cannot father children. If you're producing sperm, you are a man. That is how it works. If you have a birth defect that makes you have no penis, man, I have all the sympathy in the world for that.
That doesn't mean you get to beat on women. That does
not mean you get to go and beat on women at the Olympics. That is bullshit.
Look at the picture I'm showing right now. He's bigger than his 2 coaches. Like, those are his coaches. He's like, hey, coaches.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. And you got to remember, too, this is Algeria, right? So they have a very strictly regimented society between men and women. Look at this picture here. The woman sitting on the shoulders of her Algerian trainer. Remember, I told you I used to date a Muslim girl all through COVID?
Yep.
She grew up in Dubai. She was actually Algerian. So I've got some insight in this culture and the society. This would not happen. Billboard Chris posted this, and I don't know if you saw this clip. This is from yesterday. Look at it. This is also an Algerian UFC fighter. It's not to do with Khelif, Look
He's
at
not
this.
Algerian. He's not
No,
Algerian.
Correct, but he's Muslim, right?
Oh yeah, he's one of the best UFC fighter of all time. Man, how am I forgetting his name? But brilliant fighter. But that dude knows the difference between a man and a woman. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah, so look at this, right? They're all shaking hands. All shaking. The woman goes.
Welcome to the
Nope.
Sorry. Apologize. Thank you
Shake
so
your
much.
hand. Can't shake your hand. It's against our culture. It's against our religion. Go back to this picture here. You know what I mean? If they genuinely thought that Imane Khelif was a woman, this picture would not exist. They would not do this. Yeah, you can see how the mistake got made at first, but they know he is a man. The Olympics knew that test result, and they allowed a man to beat the shit out of women on the world global stage because it would have been politically incorrect to say no, because they had to pay deference to the trans cult. If you remember, Khelif's second match was against an Italian girl named Carini, I think. And she got hit once and she went down and her manager threw in the towel. She said, I've never been hit like that before, ever. They fined her and they harassed her and the Olympics made her go home early. The third woman she lost to, after she lost, went around the stage going XX, XX. She got kicked out too. She was harassed. The next day, she was made to tearfully apologize. Not only are they allowing a man to beat the shit out of women, they are punishing women who say this isn't right. It's in the news because it just came out yesterday. Oh, all the transphobes, we were right all along. It's just a dude. It's just a man who's got a tiny penis. And I have a lot of sympathy in the world for a man with a tiny penis.
Obviously.